Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Slangin The Bizkit, episode 48. It's a privilege to be with you as always. My name is Travis. I'll be your podcast co-host for this evening. Joined by and accompanied by our weather reporter, Pat Shea. How are the streets looking out there, Pat?
Yeah, no, down here it's sunny and wet. I don't know what that meant. It's sunny and warm outside here in Old Orchard Beach. Well, it is wet because I'm on the beach. So in Old Orchard Beach, it's sunny and it's wet on the sand. And if you go into the sand, you can start making some real money these days. So let's send it back to let's send it over to sports now.
Hello, I'm here with the sports as always this week. Ever tried building a sandcastle? Coming up next after the break. No, side note, have you built a sandcastle in recent memory?
Dude.
My woman and I tried making a sandcastle, kind of like low-key, like at the beach this summer, and then it ended up like being her trying to bury me in the sand, and then she realized like you have to dig out a pit big enough to fit my body, and then that was going to be a lot of work, and then she just said, you know what, let's just sit and relax and just bake in the sun. I like that way better. It was way easier.
I like that. You know what got me thinking? I've never been able to really make a good sandcastle. It's a difficult task. Like, I've never been good. Have you been good at it? Like when you were a child?
You gotta have the right tools, I think. I think you need like a good, like a shovel, like a Doug Ford size shovel. And then you need like a good couple buckets. You need like a circular bucket. You need like a square bucket or like these different like shapes and stuff. And you gotta have a good balance because I think if the sand is too wet, it just like just everywhere. If it's too dry, it just folds. Somewhere in between. I think you have to take drier sand and then put some water in it and kind of like form it around and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what's really skilled is when you take somebody you know, bury them in the sand so their head's just sticking up, and then you build a sand castle on top of them. That is next level.
Oh, so their head is part of the castle.
Yeah, you could have like the head as like the entranceway, and then like the head's like the gate, like, hello, welcome to the sand castle.
Dude, that's funny. It got me thinking as you were talking about your girl in the sand and burying each other in the sand, I think you said, which got me thinking, where's the strangest place that you've done the deed? I don't want to. I'm being more PG now. I'm not saying words because I got recently demonetized and age restricted on YouTube. We'll talk about that later. But I was talking with my girl the other day and we were like looking at things like 38 questions to ask couples. It popped up on Snapchat. The first one was like, where's the like craziest, weirdest place you've done the deed? So I ask you, Travis.
Well, my dad is already turning the podcast off. I can hear it. He's in his what does my dad drive? He drives a GMC, or is he in a Chevy now? He's in his GMC. He's turning it off right now. He doesn't want to hear this, but McDonald's? No. The locker room, hockey locker room.
That's a good spot.
Yeah,
it's a good spot.
Time.
I definitely have done it there as well. A weird. I've definitely done the deed there as well.
Amtrak, the train?
That's the Amtrak. I have not done it there though. No, I have not done the dirty on the Amtrak train. A spot that I did do it though. Do you know like at a beach there's a jetty? You know what I mean? I think this is like a universal term, right?
A jetty?
You don't live on like near the ocean though, so you might not. If you're unfamiliar
with the Swedish Ocean, not the American Ocean.
But like the jetty, like a jetty at the beach, it's like the rocks, where like boats pass through and there's rocks and you can walk out on them.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like the side of the beach. I'll show you a picture after so you can have a better visual. But look up like a jetty if you don't know what that is at a beach. It's rocks, and I did it on those rocks. Like I went behind at night and like down below, so there was like. It was nighttime, obviously, and thought like, oh, this would be crazy. This would be so fun. Like we're going the jetty, and it wasn't. Like, cause at the end of the day, it's not comfortable. It's hard, it's not a good spot to do it. It's kind of weird, but fun. Thinking back, it's like, okay, that was a, check it off the bucket list type thing, So, Yeah.
It's probably weird because you're trying to fit it in the blowhole and you accidentally fired one in her ass.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
come
shit.
on.
Oh, well, let's just go with it. Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of firing one in the back door, you want to talk about viewers of the week?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. So as always, the video version on YouTube, people have been messaging me. I don't know if it's the same for you. Actually, no, it's not because you don't check DMs.
I do.
No. I had 10
Yeah.
people complaining to me this week. Anyway,
Dude, but you should have seen me this week. I checked my DMs, saw that someone was going to be at the game twice. Did this twice, but one was in warm-ups, and I went up to them, gave them the knuckies on the windows. I mean, the glass, and then tossed the puck over, give a little wink, and that continue your viewer of the week because I'm going to make them a viewer of the week because that's how that's how nice I am.
as I was saying, people have been messaging, asking. We prefer you listen on the YouTube video version. If you're at home, you want to just listen, just put it on your iPad, put the YouTube version on, let it roll. We prefer that over the Spotify or the Apple, but we are available everywhere. So no matter where you're listening, in the car, the stereo, the AirPods, wherever. Viewers of the week, you want to be a viewer of the week, you got to send me a message, say, hey, Trav, I want to be a viewer of the week. Here is my justification why. On YouTube, I got Fogey. This guy's an OG day one listener. He's always in the lives. He's in the premieres. He's reigning in from the Alabama Slamma, the state of Alabama, the great state of Alabama. I love Alabama. The air is really thick down there, so I really respect Alabamians or Alabamans, Alabamites. I don't know what they're called, but I love the state of Alabama. Great place. We also have we had a shout out to New Zealand. Who is the New Zealand person? I don't know where I put it. Turtle. Turtle is his name.
Turtle.
Watches from New Zealand.
The master of disguise. Turtle.
So that's my viewers of the week. I think I had one or two more, but I forgot to write it down. I'm terrible with this. Please, if you want to be viewer of the week, you got to hound me sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
put me down. I apologize.
Hound. I have a viewer of the week this week.
Go ahead.
Well, it's like a double. It's a duo. Caitlin. Oh, shit. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Caitlin with a K.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Caitlin message. Yep. Anyway, carry on.
Friat.
Yes. God bless her.
So she DM'd that her and her boyfriend drove up from New Hampshire for the games this weekend. We're big fans. We'll be holding a poster that we made. So I saw this after the first game because she had sent it when I had already put my phone away. And I go, oh, crap, you going to be there tomorrow too? So I went up in warm-ups and they were holding a sign and it said puck or like viewer of the week. There was a couple of those. Like,
No way. That's
like
awesome.
viewer of the week signs, like asking to be viewer of the week. So in the moment, I went with the puck option, but in the back of my head is like, I'll make them a viewer of the week as well, because I'm feeling good. I'm in a feel good mood. I'm in a feel good moment, So I tossed them a puck, said thank you so much for the support, love the sign, and now they're viewers of the week. Caitlin and her boyfriend Brendan, you guys are the best. We love you.
I could be wrong, and I apologize in advance to Caitlin and your boyfriend Brendan. I think Caitlin, it might have been Caitlin. Somebody messaged me that they wanted to like pick up some merch or something for their boyfriend. It might have been Caitlin. It might have been a different one. I apologize. Anyway, this person did pick up some Trav merch for her boyfriend for Christmas. So if that was you, Caitlin,
Beautiful.
God bless. If it was not, carry on.
That is beautiful. We love
awesome.
We love all of you.
Speaking of crowds, we had a close to sellout crowd last night.
Really?
Incredible. We usually get like 15 people. We must have had like 100 people in the building last night. It was incredible. I'd never see. Actually, I got a couple stories for you. So, do you want to just get into my hockey real quick?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna like this one. So, won my first game back, which was today's vlog, and we talked about last week's podcast. Second game, won that one as well. We were up 4-0 in the game. We blew a 4-0 lead. We got up 5-4, blew it 5-5, and then we put them away with 2 empty netters. We won 7-5. We're having me and a couple of guys were having a shower after the game, and all of a sudden the water turns off, and like I'm done showering. I'm just sitting in the shower just having a conversation. The other guys are still shampooing, and we're like, what is going on here? And guys, like some guys can't see because they got shampoo in their hair, and call the equipment guy like, Stubby, what's going on? They're like, oh, we're cutting the water off. You guys got to get out of here. Let's go. Like, well, we got to wash the shampoo out of her. They're like, no, it's time to go. It's time to go. Like, we're racking up a bill. Let's go. We don't need to be here any longer. So team cut us off the water. And then we played last night, and we felt like a sellout crowd, 100 and change, electric crowd last night, and yeah, that was that. We won again last night too. So 3 straight wins for yours truly, and I was telling Pat right before we started recording, I've had just under 120 shots in the last 3 games.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Was it 3 and 3? 3 games, 3 days.
3 games in 8 days, I think. Yeah, they're not 3 and 3.
Dude,
no, very
the
close.
3 and 3s are the worst thing on your body ever. As a goalie, you kind of, a lot of times you luck out though. You get another goalie filters in. If you play 3 games, maybe you play 2, another 1. But dude, it's a lot. Now that you're back in the swing of things too, like, have you noticed that? So you were off the ice for a bit, you know, getting your knee fixed and recovered and whatever.
Make it sound like I went to like a mechanical shop. Like, hey, can you guys fix this for me?
You were getting your knee fixed.
Put me up on the hoist or something.
As I was
Tire
saying,
change,
I was
bay
like,
one.
What am I talking about? Yeah, so you got that, fixed, and now it's fixed.
Yeah.
But when you were off the ice and then even just practicing, no games or whatever, do you feel like, and I guess it's the equivalent to the summertime too, or spring when you're like off, do you feel like you're more, like your video stuff, you have less stress, you're like better at it in a way, like you're more creative, you have more time to think, you're not as drained, and then when you get back on the ice and you get in the swing of things, you go to edit or film and you're so drained that it becomes like harder to do. Have you experienced that?
Absolutely. Well, I think part of it too is like accepting, like in the summertime, like I don't know about you, like I accept like there's not as much to film and as much to do in the summertime, so I can't make as many videos, as quality of videos. So I just try to think a little bit outside of the box. When I was injured, I skated like 2 times in 6 weeks, so like I have to think outside of the box or just not upload as much, which is kind of what I did. Now that like I'm playing again, like I edited 3 videos yesterday. Like 2 days ago, I edited 3 videos all day long. I banged them out, and now I'm just like, I'm drained. Like, I don't want to edit any more videos for a couple more days because I used all my creative juices to make those 3 videos. They're ready to go, but now I gotta make some more videos at some point. So
that's the thing. It's a never-ending cycle, like, because you're in season, and you're like, okay, game 3 is done. Like I got to get the edits done. Then you're like, fuck, I just wish I could get like a few day rest here, but sure enough, on to the next video.
How far away from the rink do you live, by the way?
27 minutes.
Oh, zip it, princess. I live an hour and 5 minutes away from the rink.
Did I say 27? I'm in an hour and 27. I have it so much harder than you.
Actually, I meant I live about like a day and 5 minutes away.
My rink is also in Sweden.
I snowshoe to practice.
I just live in America. My rink is in Sweden. I fly 6 hours, 7 hours.
First class.
Every day. Dude, jet lag is a bitch.
I mean, not if you're settling. If you just keep going back and
forth,
that's true. You never get adjusted.
I sleep on the way. No, that's just my day. I'm up the flights. No, I sleep on one of the flights. Yeah, for sure. That'd be smart. I'm like really thinking about this as if it's happening. It doesn't happen.
Honestly, that is one thing I'm kind of thankful that I don't have to do. Like you, like I know you fly, and I feel like flying is like as a large human being, and I'm sorry you can't relate to this because you're vertically challenged. You're vertically
challenged.
Can we go with that? Because you're 5'11"?
That's not vertically challenged though.
But you're compared to me, you're vertically challenged.
Compared to you, or maybe you're vertically challenged.
I'm vertically inclined.
No, you ever think about that? You're challenged. You're clumsy. You trip on the seat. Your knees hit the seat in front of you. This is a challenge for you.
Let's throw this off in the comment section. Viewers on YouTube, on Apple, Spotify, let us know who is the problem here and who is the victim. Is it me when I come into my economy seats because I can't afford a first class seat and I'm jammed into the seat, and then I got some 300-pound lady sitting on the aisle seat, and then some dude taking his shoes off, clipping his nails beside me in the middle seat, and I had that happen one time, and I was like, you know what? I've been flying all day. I'm taking my sweater off so this guy can stink my BO. I'm taking my shoes off. I'm going to clip my nails, dude. Let me get my nail clippers. And I started clipping my nails beside him.
Did you?
Yeah. I said, whatever. He's doing it. I'm going to do it.
Wait, that's hysterical. I can picture you doing that. Just like really mad and like kicking your Lego. That's disgusting.
There was a lady too, like on my way to Sweden this year. She was supposed to sit beside me, and like I knew right away looking at her, she was a Karen. And so I'm parked by the window, and she's like, "Excuse me, you're in my seat." I'm like, "Lady, window, aisle, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. You're sitting beside me."
I give a shit though.
Well,
we'll get
I
back
do
to
too.
this.
But I'm like, "Lady, relax." So I get up. I ask her, "Would you mind holding my one bag? Because I got to put my other bag away." And I can tell she's irritated, so I'm purposefully making this a big task. And then she's holding my bag. "Oh, can you pass me the other bag? Oh, I got to swap some things out of my bag to kind of make some space." She's like, "You know what? Take your bag. I'm going to sit somewhere else." And then she walks away. I'm like, "Yes, I have the whole aisle to myself now. This worked great."
That is the best.
Oh, it was incredible. But my points being was that for you flying, I hate flying because like I'm a big dude. It doesn't like work well for me physically, as opposed to like our bus trips. Our bus trips suck, but like at least I can like kind of spread out. And if I'm lucky,
you can man spread.
I go right to the back of the bus, and I just like I can lay out like a nice little bed if I put like some backpacks and stuff under me. Like it's kind of nice.
You a vet?
Honestly, yes.
Vets go to the back. I'm a rookie.
Dude,
I'm in the front. I'm a bitch.
You know, we like the young guys always sit at the front with the coaches and our captain, because our captain is now our coach. So he don't sit at the back of the bus now. He sits at the front. So I took his spot, and now because we're on our third coach of the season now.
Yeah,
I told you this, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Consistency is key.
The coaching carousel, yeah. So that's what's shaking in Varberg, Sweden.
I'm also not a fan of flying though at all. It sucks.
You'll be tight. You'll be tight.
That?
This is a hot take. If you like took the train, just like Amtrak, took the SJ train to get that'd be tight.
To take the train.
Yeah,
to the
just
games?
you have all this space. You go fast. It's comfortable, and you know everybody just has a good time. You got beverages. You can walk around too. You can go from car to car, as opposed to like, "Sir, please put your mask on. Please, sir, please sit down. There is no getting up during the flight takeoff process. I need to tell you these safety instructions in case we go down into the ocean during this flight."
Yeah, that would be in a way it could be more time convenient too, because like you got to think of like all the time you have to get to the airport 2.5 hours early, security, maybe you have a connecting flight, like all the process together. It's not just a 2-hour, 3-hour flight. It's a 6-7 hour freaking day here. So if
this is another thing too, like on the trains, I have I haven't tried Amtrak, so this might be different. But like the security is like pre 9/11. Like I'm not kidding you. If I wanted to walk into like a Via Rail station or SJ station and have like an assault rifle on the train, nobody's gonna stop me. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But like if I wanted to bring some like dangerous shit, I could do that. No, like there's no security checks. You just, "Sir, come on in." Like in Sweden, they don't even check tickets. Like literally, like you come on the train gets about halfway through, then they start checking tickets about halfway through. And I've had a couple trips recently where they don't even check tickets. I could have literally got on the train and just rode for free. But I'm an honest man. I paid for my ticket.
Yeah,
I wish I didn't, because I could have saved like $50. But you know, we're all hustling on here, right?
Yeah, we are. It's truth.
Speaking of hustling, would you like to do the ad of the week?
Yes. Let's. Back
Manscaped.com. Manscaped.com is the home of the Lawnmower 4.0. We're all men. I mean, for the most part, with the exception of Caitlin, our viewer of the week, and also, damn it. What was the lady's name we brought on? I forgot what her name is.
Emma.
God damn it. Emma. There we go. Thank you. God bless.
Of course.
With the exception of you two ladies, everybody listening is a man. And you need to take care of your nasty, manly body hair. So the Manscaped Lawnmower 4 is great. You get 90 minutes of battery life. It's waterproof, wireless charging, all that great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a quicker one.
Yeah.
I like quick.
But you got to add a couple. You got to add a couple more points.
I was just throwing off. I like quick, which, if you like quick as well, a quick and easy process is using the Lawnmower 4.0. And it's each number that goes up, statistically speaking and historically speaking, becomes better. Everything becomes better with time. And the fact that we're already at a 4.0 on the lawnmower is amazing. It's a quick and easy process. you're just mowing the lawn down there, mowing the lawn nicely. You know, like back in the day, you used to have to, you know, like the lawnmowers that the knives would spin slowly and cut the lawn, and then all of a sudden they had the motor, and you're pulling it and pulling it. That we're way past that. We're on to the just press of a button, and you're smooth as a baby's bottom. And Valentine's Day just passed. I know we forgot to tell you guys to go get a lawnmower before Valentine's Day. So if you
Easter's coming up though.
Easter's coming up.
Big time.
If you were without a Valentine, I apologize. Trav apologizes. We forgot to tell you to get a lawnmower 4.0. It's not too late. It's still February. You can end the month with a bang. Go shave, manscape up with the lawnmower 4.0 just in time for Easter, and go lay your eggs somewhere in someone's basket.
At manscaped.com and use the promo code BIZKIT, BIZKIT, 20% off free shipping. Manscaped.com, promo code BIZKIT, link in the video description on the video version. Side note though, you know the guys who like I'm a kind of guy who takes pride in like mowing the lawn. Like when I mow the lawn, I do it nice. I do it right. I make sure there's no streaks, and I want to let the neighbors know that I mean business. All right, so net across the street.
I can see that, you being a lawnmower guy. Big mowing guy.
Yeah. But
when's
I'm
the
not the
last time you
electric
mowed the
kind of
lawn?
guy. So living in an apartment, I haven't had the opportunity to mow any lawns in about a year and a half. Although I did mow the lawn quite frequently when I lived at my mother's, when I lived at home with my parents. So it's been a little while, but I do love mowing the lawn when I get the chance. I do love the I love the powerful empowerment of firing up the mower. You know, you get your hand in the cord, right on the
Get
front
nice
yard,
and sweaty in the summer, shirtless.
Yeah.
Maybe get that man bun rocking. Let the neighbors know what's up.
You get like that green grass stain, like the white shoes, to let people know you mean business.
Yeah. Sometimes I wear my big Timberland boots and short shorts.
In plus 30.
Yeah.
right in the middle of summer.
Yeah, right in the middle of summer, and I wave to the neighbors, you know, just walk around. Like, pretty much like I'm in picture me in like a crop top and like short jean shorts like girls wear, you know, inch fingertip length, of course. I know I follow the rules, the guidelines. And I'm just wearing Timbs, sprawling out there, mowing lawn, raking leaves, blowing leaves too. Man, I miss that. I haven't been able to mow a lawn in a good while because my lawnmower, like, obviously I'm not at my rent's house right now, but when I am, the lawnmower broke. So the past whole summer, spring, we had no lawnmower. So instead of buying a new lawnmower, which would have been like pretty fairly reasonable thing to do, we hired a landscaping company, and they're getting all the joys.
I thought you were gonna say your dad got like a weed whacker and he just started weed whacking everything.
No,
I love weed whackers.
Whacking weeds. Weed whackers are cool. Weed whackers are cool.
I love seeing the dads that like, and I think my dad is 100% one of these guys. My dad's gonna like listen to this, he's just be like, I'm not one of those guys. Yes, Dad, you are. But like weed whackers are designed for like hitting weeds and like the edges of your yard against like the fence that you can't quite hit with the lawnmower. But then you get some of these dudes that are like, you know what? The lawnmower is out of gas. It's just, maybe it's not working and maybe I can't kickstart it. I'm gonna do the whole yard with a weed whacker. And there's grass trimmings everywhere.
Duh, that's a process and a half. You just gotta love the game to do that.
Oh, the game, or you love the game. The game does not love you back.
No, it doesn't.
Somebody left a comment last week, and I think this for me as well is one of like my favorite things about like doing this podcast. It's like something different from YouTube, but like we have so much range. Like we can talk about like having like NHL draft picks and prospects in the show, like legit, like have a serious conversation. Then, you know, next minute we're talking about, you know, Pat's old ladies, you know, bags of milk, and we're talking about mowing the grass with a weed whacker.
That's the beauty of ADHD.
Yes.
And ADD.
And a little bit of depression.
Yeah.
And maybe my bipolar as well. Yeah. We got a lot of things going for us here on this podcasting program, which is bad for us and for my lifespan, good for your viewing pleasure, and we're happy to be with you here every Thursday as we always do.
Yeah, but we were switching to Sundays.
Oh, yes, my bad. You know what? Yeah, you know, we'll do that. Pat and I were talking, I guess this is one thing worth mentioning is that because like I do the editing for the podcast, it's kind of tough when like we usually record on a Monday and then we try to bang it out for Thursday, and for like exporting, because the whole podcast and video format's like a whole like master file, so it's like a 300 gigabyte file. It takes about like a day to like edit it, render it, export it, upload it. So it's kind of a tight time window. So we're thinking we'll do Sundays instead, moving forward. Just because
you've been rolling 4K exports, eh?
It's my own ego. I want to have the greatest, crispiest podcast on the planet. Like I see some of these other podcasts that like they do like Skype video calls, and I'm like, you know what?
It's garbage.
I'm doing my Canon 90D, Pat's Panasonic G6, whatever camera. We're doing a legit podcast in 4K every week. I don't care what anybody says. But like with the rescheduling of like my games especially, like, and then Pat's also busy as well with the same kind of schedule. Like I don't have really enough time to kind of get it done in that short period of time. So I think we're going to move to like a Sunday upload schedule moving forward here. So
makes sense to me.
If you have a complaint, leave in the comment section below. Also, the Thursday upload is kind of interfering with like my vlog upload on Thursday too. So maybe we'll do that. We'll do a podcast Sunday. I upload a video Monday, Thursday. Pat uploads whenever he feels like, and then Sunday is God's day. So while you're having your God's day, listen to Slangin The Bizkit, because that makes sense.
When you're watching some football, no, football's over. Damn it! I forgot to watch again.
What else is on? Hockey's on. Yeah, I
Yo,
guess so.
Speaking of hockey being on, did you see the video of the dude sucker punching the ref?
Oh my goodness gracious me!
Play a clip for the viewer, the like visual viewer. If you guys haven't seen it, here's the clip now. But wow.
Have you seen the clip that came out of Sweden about a month ago of something similar or no?
No.
So there is a clip of some kid on the bench squirted water at the defenseman. Yeah. And so the defenseman literally two-handed this kid right in the face, and he like split his face from like here across, like half of his face was hanging off. Jersey covered. It was disgusting.
That is gross.
And I think he only got a 1-year suspension. That was it. And then the USPHL kid that we were just talking about got a lifetime ban from the USPHL.
I was going to ask. I didn't see the outcome of it, but my first reaction was, wow, what a punch. Like, I know it's not okay, and I'm not condoning it in any way, but that was like, that guy knew what a punch. Like, he torqued it, like, followed through and smoked that guy. Like, that was a heavy shot. Sucker punch, too. And holy shit, did the ref go down hard? But credit to him, because he hopped right back up and he was ready to go. He's like, "Is that all you got?" Did you kind of see how he kind of did that? He like put the arms up, like, "That's all you got, buddy?" I'm like, "Wow, this guy's a nail gun." He's been there before. He's taken a punch.
In Bad Grandpa with Johnny Knoxville, when he's like sitting on the bed and the bed starts like folding in half and like coming back and forth like that. That was kind of like he folds.
He did.
I'm ready. Folds. I'm ready. Give me some more.
He did fold for a sec there and went down. His head snapped back. It was ugly looking, and I like out of context at first when I first saw the clip, because they didn't show like the beginning. They just showed him tossing and punching. I was like, what is happening here? So if you see the full video clip, the kid, all that happens is the kid's skating up the ice and the ref gets in the way and he skates into the ref, which, one, of course, that's aggravating. You're like going on a rush. Of course, it's aggravating. But this kid stops and just shoves the ref, like gets pissed at him and starts like, oh, it's a good idea. Let me shove the ref. They exchange words, whatever. He throws him out and just boom, sucker punch. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This isn't good for this kid. Is in the wrong here. There's no way of like. There's people defending him. Have you seen?
I've seen a lot. I think, just like, I think to myself as I'm getting older, and like maybe you think this way as well. Like, I mean, we're getting to the point where like at some point, you're gonna make a mistake. Maybe one squeaks out past first base, and like you got to have a kid. Like, I don't want my kid playing hockey. Like I really don't. Like the crazy parents, like shit like this. Like, honestly, I want my kid to do like MMA, like mixed martial arts. It's cheap. There's no like $10,000 a year for like goalie pads and sticks. You don't have these like I think the worst part about hockey parents is like these parents spend like in Winnipeg for like travel AAA right now, I'm told is like $10,000 a year. The equipment alone is like, let's just say $5,000 a year. Your training is $20,000. So you have these parents that have crazy amounts of dough to spend. The parents are entitled. The kids are entitled. Like, I don't want to deal with that. Like I can't do that because I'd probably end up fighting somebody, and I don't want to fight nobody. So instead of me doing the fighting, I'll put my kid into mixed martial arts and have him do it for me.
Yeah, I'm cracking up as you're like, I don't know if I want to. Like, these parents are crazy. Like, people are punching refs. I think I want my kid to do MMA instead. I want him to fight instead of doing this crazy thing. Just get head trauma all the time, just brain damage instead of hockey. Maybe like a less extreme sport, like golf. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Like, I want my kid to play golf, nice and peaceful.
No. Because see, if a parent challenged me and like we want to scrap, like, you know what, I'll get my son to kick your ass, and he'll be like, I'll get my son to kick your ass. Like,
you know what?
Well, our sons can just fight.
You know, at hockey games, like the parents yell, like, "Hey, you buddy, you come over here. You don't come over this side of the stands." You know what it's like in golf? They whisper to each other. Yeah, like, hey, I'll beat you up. You better be quiet over there. That was a nice putt. If you hear one more word out of you, I'm gonna come over there and punch you in the face. Hey, look at me when I talk. Look at me when I know where you live. I know exactly where you live. Look at me when I find you in the parking lot. You're lucky. Hold on. He's in his backswing. Hold on. As I was saying before, you're lucky we're on the golf course. That's how it goes. That's like, you seen The Other Guys and they get in a fight at the funeral?
I haven't seen that, no.
You haven't seen that movie, The Other Guys, with Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg?
No, I have. Yeah. Sorry, I have. That's
then, like The Rock and the other big guy, I forget who it was, Samuel L. Jackson, they die and they have like a funeral and they're trying to fight over who's the next big dog. And they fight at the funeral and they're like whispering. They're like, hey, come on. All right, go. Tap out. He's like, next time, me, you, library. It's fucking comical. Oh, good stuff.
Where are we going with that? I don't know what just happened there.
I have no idea. Oh, you didn't want your kid playing hockey. Right. Okay. Yeah, let's get back on track there.
I will be the last person in my family bloodline to play hockey. I guarantee you that.
I've thought about this too, in a way, because, well, like, I look back and I'm like, okay, hockey, like, has done a lot of good for me. Obviously, like, you learn a lot through experience, team sport. You learn, like, how to get through, like, adversity, highs and lows of life. Kind of, you learn that through, like, the sport. Friends, like, I'm trying to think, like, obviously free school. Like, I got to go play college hockey. I got free school. Like, there's benefits of it in my life, but at the same time, I think I'm like, there also is a lot of negative that comes with it, and it's like, do I like? And then you kind of get stuck in a box too. You're a hockey player.
Yeah,
it's a very tough one to, which we've talked about before, to like kind of branch out of. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want, like, if I like have a kid to feel the pressure to be like the hockey player. I'm like, I might just let him or her do whatever the hell they want if they are like, oh yeah, hockey looks cool. But I feel like I'm not gonna force my kid to like play hockey. I've thought about that.
I don't know, like my dad kind of, like, I don't want to say my dad forced him, but Dad's like, hey, like, we're gonna go skate and teach you how to skate, see how you like it, and that kind of worked well. I don't even know if I want to do that. Like I would like hockey to be a thing where like my kid wants to do it, and like, you know what I mean. But even then, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. I sound like such an old man here at 25, and like, I don't want my kid to play hockey because the parents are nuts. But like, I just think, like, I feel like what I endured, like growing up through hockey, was like kind of up there. But now, like, at 25, I see what's going on today, and I'm like, no, that was not, like, I don't know how me and my mom and my dad would have endured what's going on today. As like, world's nutty, man.
It is.
Actually, on a little bit of a, do you want to make one finish note before we transition there?
Yeah, I was gonna, and then I kind of drew a blank.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, kind of my own personal hot take, but I think Sweden, well, some spots in Europe, Scandinavia specifically, but like Sweden, I think, is the place to be moving forward. Now, Pat has said we don't want to talk about politics in the show because we don't want to polarize people, and that's fair. Everybody's got their own personal opinion. I had a couple people message me this week about their political opinions. Try to be nice, hear everybody out. I don't know how to get this message across without being political, but like I'd like to move to Sweden on a full-time basis at some point in my life in the future. I think it goes without saying, like, I want to play in Sweden again next year. Like, I don't really want to spend much time in Canada, even the States to an extent. I think Sweden's the place to be. I was telling my woman a couple weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I should just find a Swedish girl for the time being. You're going to be okay with it. I'm going to get my Swedish citizenship, and then I'll bring you on over, and then we can start things up over here. You know what I mean? Because
You start a
for
family?
me, well, something. Because like as me as like an individual, it's kind of a process. I think it takes about 4 to 5 years for me to actually get like residence here, and like I don't with the way Canada and the world's going, I don't know if I have 4 to 5 years. Like I need that shit
You know-
today. I need to become a Swede today.
I was thinking about that when I was in Canada last week, how it's so restricted still, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, this is kind of like the world we live in. Then I thought I was like, not really. Like back in America, it's a little more loose. It's like at least you can. I don't know. There's a little, although they just added like in a lot of stores here, like the mask mandate again, which they didn't have for a while. But it's like, damn, this is kind of like the world, but Canada specifically, it's like it's way more strict there. Like you can't go to the bar in Canada and just socialize, and it's like, damn, I would miss socializing if I lived in Canada, you know. So it's like I don't blame you if you don't go back to the can.
I feel like people are programmed like to live life a certain way. Like naturally, people want like socialization. Like me and you talking right now, like that's something people crave. Like preferably in person, not over the phone or Skype
Yeah.
or whatever. But like this works too. People want to go out and do stuff. People don't want to be told what to do in the way of like showing your papers or else. And just with the way Canada is, like, and again, everybody listening to the podcast is entitled to their own political beliefs. We don't discriminate here. Whether you see things left, you see things right, we got nothing but love for you because we all love hockey. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. But it's scary as a Canadian citizen seeing the government freeze bank accounts so you can't use your money if you see things a certain way. Beating up old ladies, running over the elderly with horses, like military riot horses, and like some of the shit I saw over video in last week, like it really upset me, man. Like, and I don't get upset at that kind of stuff easily. Like, Canada's a scary, scary place right now. Like, very, very scary. Like, I'm so happy I don't have a vehicle in Canada. I don't own like an apartment or anything. Like, I'm just me and my suitcase and my laptop here in beautiful Scandinavia, Sweden.
So, are you thinking of permanently staying in Sweden, like post hockey?
I mean, the world works in such weird ways. Like I never would have told you this 3 years ago. I would have said, Canada's the place to be. I want to live in Canada, forever. But like now, I'm at the point where I'm looking at the world's perspectives of like different countries, different places, and I'm like, well, what do I want in life? I want to live freely. Check. Sweden has that. I want to live in a place where I'm happy. Check. I got that. And then also just like on a cultural level, because I've been kind of brainstorming the last couple of weeks of like I want to do a Canada versus Sweden, like 2 years living here video before I leave. And like the culture in Sweden is so much better than anything in North America, I find. And like people are so much more laid back. Like nobody's up on your business like they are in Canada or the US. Not everybody's bothering you. Like people aren't pretending to care. You know what I mean? Like at the grocery store in Canada or the US. Oh, hey, how's your day going? Blah blah blah. You have some random BS banter that really doesn't mean anything. Here in Sweden, like when you talk to somebody, it means something.
You think? That's like
I find, because when I try to small talk people, they just ignore me and keep walking away. Like the first month I was here last year, I tell the grocery clerk when they're scanning my groceries, hey, how's your day going? And they look down at the groceries, look up at me, and then look back down at the groceries and just keep going. They'd ignore me. And like there was this one lady, I'd ask her every single time, probably for like a good 3 weeks straight. And then she finally looks up at me, looks down, and then she says, why do you care? I was like, I was just trying to be nice. I was trying to see how your day was going. If there's any problem. She's like, you don't care. Don't ask.
Where was this?
I never shopped there again. I went to a different store.
Where was this? Sweden?
This is at a place. Yeah, in Sweden. This is it's like a mom and pop grocery store. It's called the
What the
Pulse.
hell?
Yeah.
What if, I always think it's funny, like what if you like someone says to you like in casual and passing like that, they're like, hey, how you doing? Like, hey, how's your day going? You just stop, you're like, it's going really bad. Like, you know, and then you just start
Nobody
opening
cares.
up to them about like, you know, I've been really struggling with anxiety lately, and you know, my dog has the flu, and he's been throwing up all over the house, and
Been shitting all over the kitchen
he's been
floor
shitting
too.
everywhere, and like I was cleaning it up the other day, and I fell in it, and I just
Nose first. No. Oh.
yeah, and now I haven't been able to smell or taste for the last 6 months. And it's like the guys just stand there like, what the fuck did I get into? You know, but what if you really genuinely cared? Like, so every time you said, hey, how's your day going? You stopped and like had to really find out how someone is doing. Everyone was just brutally honest with each other. So when you say it, even they're just like, oh damn, like I don't give a shit because I don't know you. You know, like I hope you fall in dog shit again. Like that sounds awesome. like damn.
All I can think of is dog shit on my kitchen floor now. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, food too wise. Like I find like the food standards and like just the food in general is so much nicer here. Like pastries, for example, like pastries, desserts, everything in the U.S. a lot and Canada too is just like excessive amounts of like sugar, fat, all this kind of stuff. In Sweden, it's light. Like there's not a lot of sugar because sugar is so expensive here. People use it a little bit more sparingly than you would in North America, where it's cheap. I just love the lifestyle. I love that I don't need a car to go anywhere. Like if I want, I could drive, but I can take the bus, I can take the train. It's cheap, it's fun. There's always stuff to do. Like I like the culture too, in the sense of, I've told Pat this. I think the culture in Sweden is about 10 years behind, maybe 15 years behind North America, in the sense of like, you know, and now I'm not saying people are racist and discriminatory here, but like there's not this like if you do one little thing, everybody's looking for a reason to call you a racist, to call you misogynist and whatnot, and they want to cancel you, they want to come after your job, they want to come after your family. Like people will call you out and say, you know, maybe you shouldn't have done that, and everybody just goes on about their day. Like it's a behind culture, and I love that.
You're saying behind, but I don't. Maybe that's forward. Maybe that's forward thinking.
It feels like that kind of mentality was so long ago. It was behind.
Well, I think what you're saying is that like if you make a mistake, you're not gonna get canceled for it. Like you don't, like you're allowed to make mistakes. You get told like you fucked up, like figure it out, and you go and fix it, and you can change or whatever. It seems like they're more open to that, is what you're saying. Like
yeah,
you're allowed to make mistakes because you can change. Seems like
you can make mistakes and it's not the end of the world, and people are a little bit more accepting of it, but like you still have to be held accountable to an extent.
Yeah.
But you're not
like
making a mistake. Yeah, you're not making a mistake, and people are coming after your job and all that kind of stuff, like in North America.
Yeah, you're not allowed to make mistakes here anymore.
No,
that can't happen. So I don't know. I kind of view that as like probably forward thinking. That's like they're almost ahead. But not that like we'll get there. But it seems like the way to go about it.
Well, and a big thing in Sweden too is, I can't remember the term, that they have a terminology that like Swedish people live by, and it's basically like you don't brag about your successes, you don't tell anybody about your successes, you just let them be. So everybody, that's why nobody small talks to each other, because they're not bragging about stuff. You're just going about life, which I think makes people a little more humble in a sense. Yes. I mean, you're going to have entitled people no matter where you go, but just like I like that mentality a lot more. And the reason I say it's behind thinking is because people dress like it's 2005, where people got like baggy jeans. They got all kinds of crazy little outfits. And I see the outfits and I say, you know what? Everything here is 10 years behind. I like that. We'll go with that instead.
That is true. I mean, it's not a bad thing, the way you're describing it.
Yes, the culture is nice. I really do like it over here. Although the taxes and the gas prices gotta go. Like we talked about this before. $3.25 Canadian a liter right now. It went up last time. It was about $3.05. I think it's actually closer to $3.30 a liter, which is both $9.50 US a gallon for gas here.
Jeez, that's brutal. I did hear that. Like my European teammates in college would tell me how expensive gas is in Europe, and probably more right now.
From what I'm told, Norway is a little bit more expensive. Denmark is cheaper. Finland is cheaper as well. So Might have to go to Denmark and get gas and come back. We were talking about this in the locker room the other day. The play might be you drive to practice. So I drive my 115 kilometers to practice, and then you push all the way back. So you cut the gas price in half. So gas then goes from $3.25 to $1.70. So we're still saving some money. We're about Vancouver gas prices then.
Well, I don't know. Do you think it's going down?
What, gas prices?
Yeah, because it's getting extreme. I hope it goes down soon.
I remember when apparently we're gonna talk economics now, but I remember at the beginning of March 2020, gas prices in Winnipeg were
so
55 cents.
Yeah.
We talked about this filling my apartment with jerry cans full of gas. I should have done it.
Dude,
I should have done that.
You were onto something when you said that.
I told a couple people,
jokes,
and they
but that was forward.
you thought I was joking. I told a couple friends at the time. They thought I was nuts. They're like, Trav,
no, that's
gas
smart.
is going to go back up to 90 cents. It'll be now it's $1.40 in Winnipeg. I would be laughing if I had 60 cans of Jerry gas, of regular gas, sitting in an apartment or in a shed somewhere in Winnipeg.
Yeah,
but I don't even own a vehicle now.
Damn,
I just got my bike.
Your life plan of like moving to Sweden, I have a different view of like how I want to.
What do you what do you want to do with your life and your woman and her beautiful bags of milk?
We're gonna store them. Not necessarily that, but I'm a big fan of. I've said before, I don't know if I've said on the podcast, but the artist Mike, formerly known Mike Stud, Mike. So his last when the world shut down in 2020, he decided I'm moving out of LA, and me and my friends, his closest friends, there are like 4 of them, are going to travel the world. He has obviously the freedom because he's an artist. He can essentially live wherever he wants. He has a home studio. So he takes it on the road. He spends 1 month or 2 months in Montana in an Airbnb. And then he's like, all right, we're done with this place. Let's go to Arizona. Boom. Like, oh, wait, you know what? We're going to Nashville. So he's spending like 2 months all over the world, just all over the country. Boom, boom. Florida, Texas. Just keeps going. And then I'm like, man, that sounds like a really cool, like if you get to the point where you have that much freedom and you can just, because if like essentially that's our goal, right? To be able to have that freedom like financially and creatively, where say it's like we're doing a podcast and that's our job. We can do it from anywhere. It's like, that'd be really cool to just be able to grab a few close friends and just dabble everywhere for a few months, see what's cool, live the world. Like that's what I want to do. At least when I'm, somewhat young, like 30, maybe in late 20s, like before I'm old and wintered,
Well, I feel like you're attracted to the mentality because, and I don't mean this in a negative way, like you've always been like around home. Like you've played high school in the area, you played NCAA in the area, you've played in the coast in that, like in your like little, I guess, pocket of the East Coast U.S.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, and granted, I'm a little bit of a journeyman, right? I kind of go where the opportunities are because I don't really have a lot of opportunities to choose from. But like, I've played on the west coast of Canada. I've played in Ontario. I've dabbled a little bit in the States. I've gone to Sweden. I've had, all these kind of little endeavors and opportunities. Like, I'm living that, and it's just as awesome as you think it is. It's incredible. It's a little bit scary at times, but it's awesome.
Yeah, but like and you have more so than me. You've traveled more, and it's like, but you're kind of stuck in Sweden in this specific spot until the end of the season. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is like, oh, I'm done with this place. Next month, we're going here. We're going to Norway. You know what I mean?
Have you checked my elite prospects? I've basically done that for the last 5 years.
I know, but it's like that sounds like a cool way to live. And you're saying like from your experience, you're like, yeah, it is awesome. I've dabbled like lightly in the last like year where I was like, okay, like we're gonna go visit and go on like trips, and I've gone to like Minnesota, I've gone to Michigan, Vegas, like Jacksonville in Florida, and just like different spots. I'm like, this is a lot of fun to do. I wish we could just pop here for a month, pop there for a month, and just like really live it up. So that's one of my goals with this whole thing.
I think that whenever your time in the East Coast or the American League, and maybe let's say like you get an opportunity in the show, whenever that North American time does come to an end, and if you do decide you want to go to Europe, I think you're going to really, really see that perspective and be like, holy, like, dude, I should have came over here sooner, because they treat everybody so much better over here. just like life-wise, hockey-wise, everything over here. I don't know. It's just I really do think Europe is the place to be. Sound off in the comment section. Do you think Pat should go play in the Indian Super League next year in Delhi? Do you think that I should go to the Fed as a water boy? What do you think? We'd love to hear your opinions on our future career endeavors, and maybe you could be our agent. I don't know.
Absolutely, let us know.
But one thing that we would like to be for you is your favorite podcast, Slangin The Bizkit. New episodes every Sunday. Now, do we have a time we're going to do on Sunday? We're going to do 8 a.m.?
Is that early for Sunday?
We could do it 10 a.m.
Should we do 10? Let them wake up a little bit?
Yeah, or we could do 11, because 11 on Sunday is 5 p.m. my time. I might be playing on Sundays. Actually, you know what? You're going to have to take over the premieres and get out of bed to do these. You got to cover for me. You have to come in. We need the big guns.
You can set the premiere.
Okay, so Sunday, 11 a.m., that's the new time, Eastern?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, folks. I'm going to give you a new outro. It's different from weeks past. Slangin The Bizkit, a new episode every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. in Winnipeg, 9 a.m. in Calgary, 8 a.m. if you're in Vancouver, if you're in Los Angeles, San Francisco. Also, 5 p.m. in Sweden, 4 p.m. in the UK, 6 p.m. in Finland, 1 a.m. in China. If you're in China, you got to get your ass up. You got to listen to the podcast. New Zealand, 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. India. India is 5 hours ahead. If you're in India, 10 p.m. Listen to the podcast right before you go to bed. We'd love to be there with you. We'd love to have you here with us every Sunday. Slangin The Bizkit. Hosted by me. Hosted by Pat Shea. Have you seen how good looking he is? Listen to the video version. Pat Shea, take us home.
Stop. You're so kind. Yeah, no, I love it. I love me too. Thank you. Self-love. Also, see you guys Sundays now on God's Day. So I will not be swearing anymore on the podcast. 1, because it's God's Day, and 2, because I got a taste of demonetization, and it is a dark look. It's a dark, dark look. So see you guys on Sunday. Stay blessed. I love you.
And my dad was on you. Also, before I forget, Slangin The Bizkit mugs. That's a thing we're going to come up with in the spring, hopefully.
Yes. Slangin The Bizkit mugs, coffee mugs.
Yes, we've been told people want mugs for your desk at home, whatnot. So in the springtime, we're going to do mugs, my face, Pat Shea's face. We're going to do new album artwork for the podcast coming in the spring.
Tell us what else you want.
Yes, and we will see you next Sunday.
See you then.